I thought I would go ahead and give us some music before we got into today's quick update. And I want to first say thank you so much for being part of the Hub and the excitement of it. I know still grassroots. It's for some of you who haven't been able to serve yet, or some that have. It's been a little shaky, and I thank you for your patience on that as we continue to go. Today, though, I want to cover something really fast. Where's my notes? There they are. First, I want to say it's awesome. It's just been fun to see some new people already stepping up and trying some new things. They've been enjoying it. And then it's just the opportunity to continue to provide opportunities. I don't know if you were here this last weekend and I got a chance to talk about the Hub itself and talk about from the stage and challenge people and thinking about maybe joining the Hub. The sad thing is we didn't get any sign-ups for it, but I know just per talking with people, it is something on their minds and they're thinking about it. So hopefully just continue to pray about that the Lord would continue to bring great people to serve alongside you and serve for His kingdom. Couple things I want to make clear. Just my heart for the Hub, and I realize that I've been saying some words and trying to explain stuff, but as my wife lovingly always tells me, I don't always make sense. So I usually have to draw pictures to help me and slow down. So today I'm doing that. What's so exciting about the Hub and the opportunity that all of you part of the Hub get to see is something that I think is happening today. It's a process that we can't possibly interrupt. And so I'll just jump into it. Maybe some of you remember this picture here. Okay, this is a typical evangelism picture. It explains what was. Oops, I'm backwards here. So what was, and I believe that. I think what this diagram explains is something that many people use to try to understand where we were in accordance with where God was, and the cross we needed to bridge from here to here to God is Jesus Himself. And that chasm that we had to deal with is sin. And I think that was very true. I think culture changed in the last 30 years or so. And what Christianity was seen to be somewhat respectable started to deteriorate. And itself and new challenges in culture started to arise. The acceptance of certain things in our culture started to really question the authority of Christianity, and even so its pastors and leaders. And we're not seen, if you've noticed, as an authority these days. So what has happened then? Does this still apply? Why is it so hard to get people to understand that there's this chasm of sin that they need to deal with? Well, unfortunately, I think it's kind of gone to this. What is? If you notice, I feel like due to maybe some of our own Christian leaders and some of the things we've done in our own lives, as people look to us to really understand what Christianity is about, we have possibly created another chasm that people are having to deal with first before they're ready to deal with the sin in their life. And we call this the misperceptions of church chasm. Meeting Christians that are, I guess scripturally we would use as lukewarm, okay, or claiming one thing and then in the headlines the next, and unfortunately giving not a very great representation of what church is and the authority of Scripture in their lives. And so what it's done is it's built another chasm. Teenagers are very much part of this chasm where they're hesitant to trust Christianity as authority because what they have right now is a misperception of church. There's a chip on their shoulder, or a thought or a belief that they've seen in media, or they've chosen to believe that Christians aren't loving, that aren't involved in social injustice and certain things like that. And so we've created another chasm for people to jump across. And once they jump across, then they can understand and deal with where they are in accordance to where sin is, and therefore Jesus to God. And so that is where we are today. We're dealing with people that are coming to church with, believe it or not, they still come, but they have these misperceptions of what church is, and many of them are coming to see, is this the real deal? So that's what is. Here's what we can do. Like my drawings? You see the role of the hub, and that's really simply that. We have the opportunity to help with this chasm right here, and some of you may know someone who's right in this chasm, and maybe firsthand you've talked to them about their misperceptions and how maybe staunch they are in terms of where they stand in believing Christianity is not authority, or hesitant to even hear you talk about it as an authority or something they should even trust or even rely on in their life. But the hub, in its greeters and its ushers and its idea of searching to serve and being warriors that are going to break down these misperceptions, that's what this hub can do. That's what we're going to be a part of. We're going to be a part of breaking down these perceptions to help people when they get into the sanctuary. Maybe those walls have already started to break down and they're going to be able to hear the message more clearly because we've smiled and we've said, how can we help you? And we've begun to help transform lives before they even hear the word. But yet God is working on their hearts because we're putting ourselves and our hearts in a place that is open to what God is going to do in just 15-20 minutes, or even in a 5-second interaction with somebody new. So is it important to look for people that seem like they're new, or is it important to even converse with people that possibly have been coming for a while? I think it's clear. I think even though people that you know that have been coming for a while and people that are brand new, I think we all possibly have these misperceptions that can keep us from really dealing with the sin in our life. So pray about that. I'm so excited that we're going to do this together. And as we work and as we bump our knees and as I admit, yeah, I made a wrong decision, let's try this instead, we're going to continue to, that's the overall goal. And so no matter what decisions or whatever the case may be, I want us to just be praying about our role in breaking down these perceptions, because that is what we can do. So have a good day. Go back to work. Whatever you are doing right now, and I will talk to you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions or emails, okay? Or send me an email or whatever. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.